Why would you then start taking heroin? And I used to ask this one guy, because I had a really good relationship with him, and he was like, oh, what can I say, Baji, what can I say? Until one day he said to me, come to where I sleep, come to my bridge. He goes, spend the night with me, I want you to sit with me. It was a cold, freezing cold, crosswinds under the bridge. He said to me, he goes, how are you feeling? I said, I'm cold. He goes, all right. I goes, what's the purpose of this? He goes, don't worry, I just want you to chill with me. I want you to sit with me. I want you to just keep me company tonight. I goes, what time till? He said, try and stay with me till the morning. I said, fine, I'll do it. You want me to? We're here to help you. You want some help and support? It got to about 10, 11 o'clock, and I was like, you know, my hands, I couldn't feel the end of my fingers. I was like, it got to about 11, 12, and my nose was cold, my feet were gone, right? So my hands and feet were completely gone, yeah? And then it got to about 1, 2-ish, and I said to him, I goes, you know what, I've had enough now, I need to go. Because is it all right if I go? He goes, yeah, of course. He goes, go. You know, I just wanted to answer your question practically. You asked me, no one forced me to take heroin, right? He goes, imagine being out here, but you haven't got a nice, warm, hot home to go to, and you haven't got a bed to go to. How do you numb the pain? After a week, after 2 weeks, after 3 weeks, someone's gonna keep saying to you, take this, you'll be all right. So I remember growing up when I was younger, it was absolutely unheard of. Even in 2009, when somebody said to me, there's a homeless person in Southall, I was like, what? No way, can't be true. Like, you don't get them. And that's what opened my eyes up. And I thought, blimey, this is serious. Because what it is, especially with the people from the subcontinent, when they come over from India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, at that time, they were homeless, but they wanted to be hidden homeless because the stigma attached being from that country, from that area, the ego, the families, what they're going to think, what are other people going to think. So you couldn't tell. Some of them you could not tell they were homeless. They were well groomed. They looked after themselves. You know, if they had a few pounds, they would use those few pounds to look after themselves. And then you know, so it was a real eye opener in 2009 that there's so many like we discovered over 200, and they were hidden. It was called the Hidden Homeless Community of Southall.
And 3 years in this area I was living here, but too much. I want to say you all the police is rubbish police. I already called to too much time police, too much time, but police no help. I when snowfall hospital, hospital. Too much time, too much time. I record if you want to check in the record in the ailing hospital. Too much time in the hospital. Too much people coming here and want fight. I can't fight. I am 54 years old. I can't fight. I am I am a client of the Saint Mungo. We are good. I am sleeping in this area nearly when I homeless. See, I'm sleeping here, but too much people coming here. So fighter, drunk. I drink, but I sleep in this side. 2 years, 3 months. I'm living in the council house in the pay and sleep. Big property near. You ask to the Saint Mango, but Saint Mango is I don't know. Saint Mango is good, but everybody want money.
Being brought up and living in Southall, especially around the Sikh community and other communities as well, being wrapped up in cotton wool and thinking through my lens the world is perfect, and then discovering what people have to do to survive, it was so shocking to me. I mean, you know, you can understand that to survive, a girl might turn to prostitution, right? But when a guy has to then turn to prostitution with other guys. And he's not even that way inclined. And that is for survival. And it wasn't uncommon. This is something that's not uncommon. This is quite common. But it was about survival. And when I learnt of this, I was shocked to my core, because there were dirty old men that were specially coming from all around the UK to Southall for this service to take advantage of these poor, vulnerable people.
You walk down the road where the KFC is. There's a gate there, yeah? If I pull the gate, it's a magnetic gate. If I pull it, I'll go through and I'll pull the gate behind me and I'm safe in there. No one can get in there. And I've got a little mattress there, a little cushion and that, and it's got like, you know, you get the air conditioning things that go on the room, on the walls, so it blows out hot air in there. So I stay warm and I stay dry. This area is like ghetto, you know. It's one of the worst places in London. It's really bad around there, you know. And there's like, you got to be careful. If I didn't have that gate that was safe, like locked in, I would probably go and get myself arrested. So I'll be in prison or something. I've been homeless now for 3 years. I did do hard food. I was on heroin and crack when I was 25. I've been clean for nearly 20 years now. I was in the park smoking crack and heroin. I've been away from home for 2 years at this stage. And one of my brother's friends seen me in the park in the bush, and he phoned up my brother, and I've got 3 brothers, and my 3 brothers come to the park. It's better be blurred, bruv. To the park, and they give me a few slaps, yeah, drag me. They haven't seen me for 2 years now. My beard is long now, yeah. My beard is there. I weighed 4 stone, yeah. Where I was doing so many drugs, not eating, nothing, yeah. And they took me home. They slept beside me in the bed for 3 days, yeah. And so I come down and that, and then my mum paid £15,000 to put me into rehab. And they didn't tell me. They woke me up in the morning. They said, "Come on, we're going to do some shopping and that, yeah." And I'm thinking, oh, this is a bit strange. Fucking, you just come and got me, and I'm hung over on gear and that. You want to take me shopping? I'm supposed to be in the bad books. So now we're going up the motorway, and I'm thinking, oh, we aren't going to no shopping centres. I've seen all the signposts in Luton. So he turns up at Luton to the rehab, and I'm crying. Like, I'm a fully grown man, yeah, but I'm crying and screaming, because all I could think about then was drugs, you know what I mean? So I'm crying, screaming and that, going mental. Fucking 12 people in the rehab. I've got £20 off each person in the rehab, and they had the windows, yeah, it could only open that much. And they didn't think I'd be able to fit out of it, but I only weigh 4 stone now. So I've gone through the window, gone down the town, and I've only been there 1 day, yeah, but if you want drugs, it's anywhere, yeah. And they've all given me the £20, so I've got everyone their gear, come back, sneak through the window, had a smoke and that, and then you get, in the rehabs, you get like one really goody two-shoes who thinks he's better. He's smoked drugs, he's done weed, he's robbed his mum, he's done this and done that, and he thinks he's better than anyone. He grassed us all up. He thought if he grassed us up, he would be all right. So now, in the morning, wake up, we all get taken into the room. They said, right, we know that you've been smoking drugs. You're all kicked out. I've got everybody, 12 people, each of them people cost £15,000 a person, and everyone got kicked out. I had to ring my mum up, mum picked me up, crying on the phone, got me in the car. My brother gave me one good smack like that, give me a black eye, which I deserved it, do you know what I mean? I just rinsed out, my mum's an old age pensioner, 70-year-old, just rinsed out her money, 15 grand, and I've done that twice.
I'm Deirdre Costigan and I'm the MP for Ealing Southall. When I walk down the street, even in Southall, I see the remnants of last night's sleeping, where people have left out cardboard boxes, bits of sleeping bags, old duvets, where they've slept the night before. And I know many residents in Southall see this and they raise it with me on the doorstep. And it's not like they don't understand what people are going through. They do feel a lot of sympathy for people who end up sleeping on the streets. But it also means that Southall has become a place where people feel a little bit uncomfortable walking down the street at night. So I think there is a big issue with people who have no recourse to public funds. When it was originally brought in, I don't think it was intended to cover the number of people that it now covers. I think there's something like 3.2, 3.3 million people who are now no recourse to public funds in this country, which is a massive amount of people. And they end up in this legal limbo where in many cases people have lived in this country for years and years, and then something happened in their lives that meant that maybe they were kicked out of their accommodation, and they find then when they go for help that they don't have the papers that they need in order to prove their right to be in this country. And they maybe, their visa might have run out and they didn't realise they didn't have the right passport, but they've been here for years. And what happens then is they get stuck in this catch-22 situation where they don't have the right to get assistance to prove their right to be in this country. And so then they're stuck in this legal limbo. And many of them end up sleeping on the streets. Now, I don't think that's why no recourse to public funds was brought in. I don't think it was brought in to catch out people who do have a right to be in this country and have been here for years, who have contributed to the economy. I think there's about a third of people now, I think, in Ealing Southall who are in private sector accommodation. And it's really becoming more and more difficult. Rents are rising all of the time, and tenants don't have a huge amount of rights. So the first thing that the new Labour government has done is to bring in a new Renters' Rights Act, and we're making sure that we're ending no-fault evictions. So that should give tenants much more rights, and we're bringing in a whole suite of new rights for tenants. However, it's still really difficult, and the right to rent check is causing problems where some landlords they think that the right to rent check is going to cause them problems, so they sometimes just don't allow anyone from a black or Asian background to rent, and I think that is an issue, and it's causing unintended consequences in terms of discrimination. It's very difficult for people to find private rented accommodation now. It goes really quickly. There's so many people in the queue to find that accommodation, and I think the only solution, as well as improving renters' rights, is to build more genuinely affordable homes so people have a place to live that they can afford to live in. I think it begins with building more housing. I think that is the only real answer in the long term to make sure that we can make a difference to homelessness in Southall. And the new government has committed to, first of all, building 1.5 million new homes, and also to ensure that we have new homes that are social homes, that are genuinely affordable, and that are council homes. We need to bring forward that new generation of council homes. But of course, that won't make an immediate difference to people who are sleeping on the streets of Southall tonight. So we need to act more quickly. And it is a multifaceted issue. There are lots of reasons why people are sleeping on the streets tonight, but a big part of it is the broken immigration and asylum system. I know that some people now, because the Labour government has started to get the asylum and immigration system working again, because it literally wasn't working under the previous government, and people's claims were not being assessed at all. Now they are being assessed. We're seeing decisions being made, and some people, when they are given the right to live in this country as a refugee, are finding they don't have sufficient time to get housing once they have to leave their asylum accommodation.
Fire ahead. I'm 48 years old. I had a stroke and then I had a heart attack. My wife was from India. I was a millionaire, I had my own trucking business, and now I ain't got a penny in my pocket because she took it all. I didn't think that I'd get stabbed in the back and in the heart, so I tried to find my wife. But it is what it is. And then I start from square one again, That's why I was homeless. I have my own house and everything, but I put everything in her name. But she just married me for a golden passport. She was from India, you see. I'm born and raised here. She used me for a passport. and I unconditionally love them. Why I lost 72 kilo in weight. I've been homeless about 7 months, but thank the Lord Jesus Christ and the Father Javito and St. Anselm Church and some Mungo's homeless shelter. They helped me out and they got me a place, and so thank God. I'm looking for furniture. I ain't got nothing in the room, but I'm blessed that I got life, and I'm blessed that I got somewhere to rest my head at the end of the night.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Have a good day, buddy.
Thank you. Have a good day.